And we are live. And this is very interesting. It's just breaking now. I'm trying to find the link. Let me see what happens when I click this. It's not opening because he sent me an image. Okay. It came out today. But now people want to say BS. Here it is. It starts at 5. 461 people are waiting. But no, don't pay attention to what I tell you. Don't. This is the other one. This is the one that was going to break by the end of the week. And I said earlier, either today or Friday. Well, it's happening today. But don't pay attention to what I have to say. Teasers, and I'm giving everybody the heads up. And here it is. Now I can publicly talk about it. It's absurd. Truly, it's absurd. And it's nice when I'm able to hint at something and then talk about it. Because it's now official, public. And it's going to be live at 5 p.m. And I'll get into that in a second. But I'm setting up the pop-outs first. When I tell you, when I hear stuff going on behind, when, some people claim sources, well, our sources are spot on. This is a 2 for 2 already this week. 2 for 2. And believe me, there are a lot of people in the UF field who take this like really serious that are paying attention. Why isn't the YouTube chat showing up? Let me refresh. There it goes. I'm just surprised the way it's coming out. I didn't expect it on this platform. That caught me a little. But it's also an interesting insight. It really is. With Lou Elizondo and the Trump administration, as I've been saying. And I'm not the kind of person with the ego that thinks they're always right. So that's far from the truth. But I've been pretty spot on with this one again. What do we need? We need Rumble. Yes, we need Rumble. Starship coverage begins in 15 minutes, but this is big. What's going on now? First, I'm getting all the pop-outs. Because I said the things were going to drop. Well, here comes the big one. This was a big one, but there's still more. But this is the one that I couldn't discuss. But now, it's out there, and it's right here. But actually, this is not. This is a lead up to what's coming. This is not the actual. There is something else coming, which I'm not. But check out this podcast from today. And I'll put it full screen. And this is at 5. People saying, why don't we have any sound? Because it's not live yet, dumb A's. Right there. Well, look at that. Isn't that interesting? Breaking news investigation on secret alien aircraft. Triggered with Donald Trump Jr. He has Lou Elizondo on with Ross Coulthart. Pretty interesting, huh? Did I tell you something was coming? But there's more. And don't you find it interesting that all the talk with Lou, I've been telling people, all the talk with Lou Elizondo possibly being part of the Trump administration? Well, look who he's with, Donald Trump Jr. And who do you think is in his father's ear as far as putting people in the cabinet administration? It's his son. It's Donald Trump Jr. He has a big influence. Who do you think took Vance? He suggested Vance. It was him. And everybody was saying, oh, why did he listen to his son on Vance? Well, they won, right? Just saying. And look who's going to be on with him. Lou Elizondo. And I'm telling you, when I say it, the chatter behind the scenes. Now, this starts, at 5 Eastern. But I'm going to be covering SpaceX. But this is on Rumble. Just search Triggered with, and just put Triggered Donald Trump Jr. and you'll find it on Rumble. Because it's exclusively on Rumble. I believe it's also possibly on X, streamed as well. But this is going to be interesting. So when I tell people I hear stuff behind the scenes, but I can't talk about it, well, I can't talk about it until they make it public. Well, now it's public. And there's more. How's that? There's more. Which I can't talk about until it's made public like that. And people criticize me for saying, oh, don't tease us. I'd rather hear nothing. Well, some people want to be informed and given the heads up that something's coming. And 2 for 2 this week. 2 for 2. Toby and I mentioned about the Green Beret. 10 minutes later, it's dropped by Jesse. And there's more. So take it for what that's worth. This is going to be pretty interesting. What's up, Woody? This is going to be pretty interesting today. But like I said, there's more. Now, Greer's doing his thing. There's supposedly someone that's not even associated with these big name ufologists and all that. That's another one that I don't know what the heck that one's about. Like, this person's just coming out of nowhere. And then there's another one that has to do with a black site and an individual that experienced something at a black site, and that's all I could say. But when it comes out, you'll know I referred to it. But I can't go into details because I can't do that. So for the naysayers and the people that come in and chat and say, ugh, I'd rather you say nothing. I don't want to know your opinion. Well, it's not opinion. It's insider freaking sources information that I get. And when I tell people, pay attention, a few days ago, pay attention. Because we're hearing it from multiple sources, credible within the field. Just like when it happened with Grush that we knew months before. So take that for whatever it's worth. So this is at 5 p.m. Eastern, Rumble. Just go search Triggered if you don't have Rumble, or just look up Triggered Donald Trump Jr. and you can find this. Breaking news investigation on secret alien aircraft. This should be quite interesting. And live stream begins, now it's saying it's at 4:45, so in 40 minutes. Live with Ross Coulthart and Lou Elizondo. There's a lot of people standing by waiting to watch. So go to Rumble if you're interested in watching this. I'm going to personally cover SpaceX, but I'll be watching this later. Look at some of the comments. Yes, UFO disclosure will be revealed and it's coming by in year 2025. Oh, and people just put other comments in there that it has nothing really to do with this particular topic. See, they just go off on different tangents. But the person that put that on the top, yes, UFO disclosure will be revealed and it's coming in year 2025. Well, don't think that's so far-fetched in the Trump administration. Do not discount that. Because we're hearing that chatter behind the scenes. And that this has been going on for a few weeks about the possibility of Lou Elizondo taking a position in the Trump administration. But some people don't think it's going to happen, but there's quite a bit that think it will. And don't you find that ironic that he's going to be on with Donald Trump Jr., Lou Elizondo? So who do you think his son is talking to about? You don't think Donald Trump Jr. is talking to his father about Lou Elizondo and the importance that he sees Lou as with the UAP disclosure and transparency? Put it together, folks. So, and I've been hinting at this for over a week. But I can't say it directly, but I've been hinting about it. But like I said, there's more. Like I said, think on the next drop. Greer also is doing, he's got people that he's dealing with. But there's also another black site person. But this is more something that happened. I'm being careful. Out on, let me think how I'm going to phrase this. In the countryside. That's all I'm saying. Something that happened in a countryside. Even in a jungle. And when it happens, you'll know what I'm talking about. And that's all I'm saying. It's the biggest hint I can give without getting too specific. And then when it happens, that's what I was talking about. And there's more. It's like it's all coming. And I think a lot of it has to do with the precedent, and I don't mean president. It's all about setting it up when Donald Trump is inaugurated Monday. Just like a lot of what happened with the Gaza Hamas thing and Israel, right before he's inaugurated, there are certain pieces falling into place for a reason. Just pay attention. I live 50 miles away from the launch site. That's awesome, Isaac. That's awesome. And tonight, Blue Origin is supposedly, allegedly going to try a launch at 1 a.m. I don't know if I'm staying up for it, but yeah, this is pretty big stuff. Go to Rumble. 4:45. So like a half hour, 35 minutes from now, this is going to be on. Donald Trump Jr. is going to have Lou and Ross on. Breaking news investigation on secret alien aircrafts. And this is, and remember, I've been telling you about all the stuff that's going on behind the scenes with Lou Elizondo, and I even said it on the show. I even said it on the show on Monday. Wouldn't it be ironic? What a twist and irony if Elizondo, after everything and all the hell people put him through, attacking him, trying to discredit him, intimidation, even threats, and having to worry about his wife and his kids on a personal level. What this man has gone through, wouldn't it be interesting and quite ironic if he gets a position in the Trump administration? Wouldn't it? After everything he's gone through. And there's going to be a lot of haters out there if that happens. I'm telling you. A lot of haters. Because like a lot of people, they jump to the conclusion he's psyop, he's a shill, without having any evidence, just trying to throw it and make it stick on a wall. Trying to literally destroy this man. Why? And this is what drives me nuts behind the scenes. It took a lot for him to come out to begin with. It takes anyone a lot, any whistleblower, including Boeing, and look what happened there. It takes a lot for someone to come forward and have the courage to do so. I don't care what you think of them. It takes a lot. I mean, regardless of what you think of them, it takes a lot of courage to come forward and put this out there, knowing that there's going to be some serious ramifications and consequences by doing so. You know you got to be prepared for it because it's coming. They tried to destroy Grush based on his past, medical issues. But the thing is, he talked about that. They touched upon it on the News Nation, but people ignored that part. They brought that up in the segment, in the interview. And it was released. His records were released because they wanted to try to destroy his credibility. I'm talking about Grush now. So I'm happy I have to say personally, I'm happy for Lou. I am. And I know a lot of people disagree with me. I'm happy for the guy. And I really hope he gets a position in the Trump administration. Because guess what? Trump has the power to give him security clearances. Though he probably does have some right now, but he can raise that way up. Trump has the power as president to do that. He did it with his son-in-law, as I mentioned earlier today, with Kushner. And there were a lot of people that weren't happy with that decision. within his cabinet that did not want that to happen. But he did it anyway because he's the president and he can do that. Just like he can assign Lou to a position. And it's too bad what people say or think. Too bad. You got something to say? Say it to the president. Say it to his face. You think they have the courage to do that? I don't think so. They know better than to say something like that to Trump. This is where the big boys play and girls. This is where it's at now. And we're going to see. No one's going to challenge Trump. They dare not. There might be some in behind the scenes, but I'm telling you. And like I said, there's a lot of people that disagree with me in the field about Lou Elizondo. That's their opinion. I don't know what the reasoning is. Like I said, they think he's part of a disinfo campaign, psyop, whatever. They have whatever their reasoning is. Could be just simply jealousy of the guy. Because they want to be in that position. And then, I'm going to just put it out there. There are people that think that they just want to get the in so they have an influence on some of the things that they're doing in the private sector. Contracting work. It gives them that inside now. Believe me, a lot of that chatter goes on. Oh, they just want to get in him, and I'm not dropping other names, his group, so they can have an inside lane with the administration, with the government, to do what they want to do on projects, similar to think of what To the Stars Academy. But everybody has a self-interest involved in this. They all do. And they're hating on the other because they're getting closer. And they're hating on that. Because they want to be. I'm putting this as simple, I mean, without getting into too many details. I don't see how Biden is making things worse. That's more political in nature, Isaac. That narrative is more political in nature. I tend to stay away from that kind of stuff because that's getting more politicizing things. I'm just putting this straight. No side talk about politics. I'm just putting it out there plain English without throwing the politics in it. Because politics always makes a mess out of things. When people throw the politics in it, it makes it more convoluted. And then it's like, it's simple. It really is simple until people start throwing the politic equation. And then they say, well, it's because of this or that or this, that. Then it just gets crazy because that distracts from the goal here. That causes more of a distraction. It's like the focus isn't there when they do stuff like that because now they're making it a partisan issue, a bickering issue. It's, like this is done by Biden or this is done by Trump or this, like, screw all that. Screw all that. Let's just see what this is for what it is. Plain. Period. Of course you're going to see that in comments. I saw it in the comments there. But see, in the comments here on this channel, it's totally different than what the topic is. Did you notice that? That's like, stay on topic. In the chat already, I seen they're not staying on topic. They're talking about illegals. They're talking about this. This has to do with UAP. And they're talking about other stuff, which is okay, because it's Donald Trump Jr. That's why they're doing it, because it's Donald Trump Jr. And, it's more like this. I want to kiss the ring kind of a comment. Do you understand? That's what that's about. For what it's worth, that's what that is. Because in the comments, they're trying to garner attention for themselves by doing the rah-rah thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what that is. Let's just call it for what it is, for real. Instead of sugarcoating stuff, let's be real about things. Instead of playing this game. This isn't about playing games. This is serious stuff going on. But again, people like to put their thing in there. I don't even want to see the comments. That's why I didn't share the screen initially with the comments. You know what I mean? It's like, because I knew it. The first comment is relative to what the discussion is. Then, after that, it goes off on a tangent. Like the first person, yes, UFO disclosure will be revealed and it's coming in 2025. That's very relevant. But then it goes California on the illegals. This person says they can't wait. This is a UAP related one. That's good. And then that's so. See, this has to be an anti-Trump person. Boy, oh boy, Trump really put his foot in his mouth with Canada. Canada's now beefing up security at the border. NATO won't help him. Okay. People don't understand. When things are said, when rhetoric is said, it's because it's setting up negotiations and discussions. It's only rhetoric that's building up. That's not uncommon for someone to make a public statement, because when they go into the negotiation table to sit down, then, there's a little precedent out there. Precedents. That's a negotiation ploy for trade negotiations or whatever. And people right away take it so literal. But come on, stop it. So, but that's the nature of the beast. It's politics. All right, enough of that. Because it's time. And trust me, I'll be watching a replay of that later. I got to see what they say. I want to see what Donald Trump Jr. says and ask the questions to Ross and Lou. And I definitely want to see what Donald DT Jr. has to say. I think it's going to be fascinating. And you got to hear for those little innuendos, those hinty kind of language kind of things. That's going to be really good, in my opinion. Okay, Starship, I don't know why I have the black screen. It's supposed to have started already, but it's just a black screen. Let me check. Because that's what we're focused on right now. The Starship. Blast Blue Origin. And I'm going directly to SpaceX. I'm not going to somebody's YouTube feed. That's not appropriate. But right now I got a black screen. When I click on watch, it's black. What happened now? I'm glad you said something about Trump Jr. saying something. I won't watch that. Bill, oh, you should watch the Trump thing, Jr. thing. That's going to be great. Are you kidding? That's going to be great. I need to watch that later after SpaceX. This is going to be huge. With Donald Trump Jr., with Ross and Lou Elizondo. This is going to be fascinating. This is big. For me, that's a must watch. Oh, your phone messed up. You are going to watch it. I was going to say, you're not going to watch it? Are you kidding? Oh, it's raining here, drizzling, so there may be a chance it could be scrubbed. Now, unfortunately, I cannot share the Rumble trigger thing because I can get in trouble for that. So if SpaceX has a problem, I'm stopping the stream and I'm going to go watch Triggered. No doubt about it. So is this happening in Texas or it's happening in the Cape, Isaac? It's happening in Florida? Or is it it's probably happening in Florida, right? Or is it happening in Texas? The launch of the Starship. I didn't even look at that. Where is it happening? Because if it's raining and you're near the launch site, you could tell me where where it is. I know there's a delay, so I'm waiting. But I got a black screen. Now, the other one starts in 20 minutes. So I don't know. Isaac, where the heck are you? Texas or Florida? That's what you got to tell me. Because I forget. Look, there are so many people, not so many. There are a few people in Congress that have Trump's ear about transparency, UAP transparency, bureaucracy, funding, the money trail. They're on it. I mean, Tim Burchett, I give him a lot of credit. Texas. Oh, so it is in Texas. Yeah, the weather might be an issue. Let me go look at the satellite imagery. Let's see what's going on. I'm still going to have it ready to go. See, it's black. When I click watch live, it's black. Let's go look at Windy. Do you realize the implications for humanity if Trump is the disclosure president? Can you just imagine the fallout initially dealing with our allies and adversaries, that if he was to come out, because if they've been working together for decades or hiding it from others for decades and it comes out, oh boy, now those countries are going to be put on serious pressure because they were part of it, they knew all about it or whatever. And here is President Trump putting it all out there. Oh boy, is that going to create some drama, boy, that's to say the least. It's looking good there in that area. I don't know. I see winds that may not be so good down here. Forget about the rain. It could be the wind. I mean, that wind doesn't look too good right now. Offshore. And you got to remember, they have to prepare for an emergency. There's actually a low pressure offshore. I don't know. I don't know. It could be the wind. Forget about the rain. It could be the wind. So that's, if I was to say a concern here, that wind is awfully close where he has his facility down here. So I would be more concerned about wind for SpaceX. And I don't know if they're giving any updates. Uh-oh. It got changed. It just got changed. There it is. Thursday. 5 p.m. Eastern. It got swapped. It's not happening today. Thursday, January 16th. They pushed it. There it is. It's not happening today. There's the update. No SpaceX today. There it is. It's the wind. You could see that wind offshore. It's tough. So no SpaceX today. It's tomorrow. And I got to do a show. Now this is supposed to happen tonight. No earlier than Thursday, January 16th. 3-hour launch window opens at 1 a.m. Eastern. So technically tonight, they're going to try to launch this. So now I'll focus on this a little bit. But with that being said, I am out of here. I am out of here because I want to see this triggered on Rumble. Oh boy, that's going to be... I got to get it again. I closed the window. I'll put the link in. Same time tomorrow, yeah. Oh God, let me do it. Let me find it now. And like I said, I was hinting. I didn't know it was going to be on with Donald Trump Jr. though. I thought it was going to end up on News Nation or something. But I didn't know. That I did not know. The specifics. So this is going to start real soon. There's 708 people waiting. Right here. Let me put this, minimize it. I'm going to put the links in the chat. YouTube. Later, Isaac. Okay, it's there. Rumble, I'll even put it in Rumble, but you should be able to figure it out, Rumblers. I'll put it in Twitch. I'm going to go to Facebook. And put it on my Facebook. Live at 4:45 p.m. EDT. I shouldn't do it. I'll just keep it to mine. All right. Now, I will be with Robert Salas tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, my time. I'm going to have Robert Salas on, retired U.S. Air Force captain, to talk about his account at Maelstrom when the 10 Minutemen missiles were shut down. Allegedly with a UFO hovering above. That was in 1967. He's coming on with me for a bit tonight. 9 p.m. Eastern. And that stream will only be 20, 30 minutes long. It's going to be a standalone focused on Mr. Salas. And then whatever happens later tonight, happens later tonight. But that's a separate thing tonight. And we're going to get right to it. We're going to cut right to it. This isn't going to be like, we're just going to lay it all out there. It's going to be brief, 20 minutes, tops 30. But we're going to, it depends how long it takes for him. And I know he probably gets tired of talking about how the events unfolded at the base. But it's important. It's also important to give us a little insight on when he met with Nancy Mace after the last hearing with Lou and Schellenberger and Gold, and his meeting with Arrow. And I already know the answer to this, whether or not he will participate, if asked, to appear at the UAP hearing to testify. And some of the issues that they face, Congress trying to get access to the documents and information associated with Maelstrom. which is the big one. So that's what we'll do later. I would, if people are interested, like I said, should be a very interesting podcast, right? Coming up in just 10 minutes. I got to go get my munchies, get my stuff. I'm sitting back for this one. Oh, yes, I am. And people are starting to show up. This is going to be good, I think. This is going to be good. So go to Rumble, look up. I put the links in Facebook, Rumble, YouTube, Twitch. Just if you have a problem, just search Triggered, put Donald Trump Jr., and you'll find it. It's not that hard in the search engine on the top here. You'll find it very easy. Like, just see, like that. Boom. Very easy. All right, I'm out of here because I'm going to get some munchies and get ready to sit back and watch this. Everyone have a great afternoon. Starship is tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern. Tonight at 1 a.m. Eastern. Possible attempt launch of the new Glenn. And Robert Salas at 9 for me. So have a great rest of your afternoon, everyone. Enjoy and be well.